Hey everybody, Logan here. It's finally time I decide to do this video. Why? Because, well, if you guys saw the video I recently put out about the new GameSir G7 Pro Wireless, or as I like to call it, the G7 Pro Proper, because it's finally wireless for the console that it was meant for. Buying the original version, just not worth it. If you want a wireless controller for the PC, there's so many other options. This was designed with the Xbox in mind. With that in mind, I decided to look up the best 5 controllers, wireless controllers for the Xbox that I've ever reviewed, put them all together in one video, and see how they stack up. I think you might just be pleased. One is a give me. This is definitely on the list, but all the other ones, tell me what you think at the end of the video. Have you purchased any of these controllers? Have you used them? Do you plan on purchasing them? Let me know. Let me show you. So first and foremost, we're going to get the most obvious one out of the way. And that is the G7 Pro Wireless Wu-Chang Special Edition. It is $100. So all these, technically $99.99, so it falls under that $100 mark. But this, in my opinion, is probably one of the top tiers you can purchase because of all the features and, well, the price point. It's a great looking controller too. Some people might argue that, and well, that's why there's other options out there, but I think this is a fantastic controller for what it offers. TMR sticks, swappable faceplates, mechanical buttons all over the place. You've got 2 flappy paddles, 2 claw buttons, as well as trigger stops and paddle locks, and a wireless controller dock. This is a fantastic controller. I've actually been using it for quite a few hours on multiple different games since I did the review, and the only thing I had on the initial release, which was the black one and the white one of the improper, was the D-pad. This D-pad on the original had input delay. It was very, very annoying. They fixed it on this one. Is it the best D-pad? No. They give you a couple of options. You can swap out the faceplate to the GameSir G7 SE faceplate and get the more classic style. It's better, but that's the only issue. Otherwise, they fixed the responsiveness, and this is almost a perfect controller. All right. Next one is, well, some that most people would be expecting, but not in this form or fashion, and that is the standard Xbox wireless controller. But this is the Doom Edition. Why do I not put a regular one in here? Regular ones are boring, they have stick drift, they get all those issues, and they're overpriced. Now, with this one, this is currently on sale at Walmart, has been for quite some time, for $69. And just the design and the feel and everything about this controller is awesome. So if you want something that's more aesthetically pleasing, this is definitely the way to go. Now, it still has that annoying, awful, clacky D-pad, ALPS sticks, membrane buttons, but you're guaranteed no problems in compatibility with your Xbox Series X, Series S, and Xbox One. It has awesome grips. I do like the way that feels. That leather in the back, I think it's more of a rubber faux leather. You've got AA batteries, of course, so you can swap that out with a rechargeable one. And then every other feature you'd expect to see on a standard Xbox Series XS controller, but with an awesome, it's not even just a paint job, it's just a completely awesome shell design, and there's nothing that I can even say that's wrong with this controller, minus ALPS sticks. But it's a fantastic controller, and with the recent price drop at every Walmart that I've been to, $69.99. Check that one out. I definitely recommend this one. Next is one that might be a little controversial just because it's not officially licensed, but it works just beautifully. And that's the one with the weirdest name on the list, and that's the QRD Ferox M5. This one is not officially licensed, so people were concerned that it wouldn't work. It's been working day one. This is the one I use in my office on my Xbox Series S, and any gameplay footage or anything I capture on that console is used with this controller. Now, it has a much better D-pad, in my opinion, than the standard Xbox Series X, like this one right here. You've got Hall effect sticks, membrane buttons, but 4 flappy paddles in the back. So you got 4 programmable and a set of trigger locks that are about a quarter to a half pull. See, Ferox M5. But the big thing is people are like 4 programmable flappy paddles in the back. I think it's a fine controller. It feels great in the hand. It feels like a solid Xbox controller, and it works just fine. One of my biggest things that I love about this controller, when you start up the system, when you wake it up from the controller, it's so snappy. Even using that dongle, I would not expect it to be so quick. It's even faster than most of your standard Series X first-party controllers. When I mean that, I mean like the older ones compared to this. My Forza Horizon 5 one takes a moment to wake the console. You're like, hello, and then it wakes up. This one, not so much. This one does it pretty fast. But this is the fastest of all the third-party wake-up controllers. I know that's a weird selling point, but I was surprised. It's like, pew, and I'm like, wait, pew. It's weird. If I do it now, you're not going to know. It's in the other room. But fantastic controller, and this one's $59.99. I think this is the cheapest one on here, but again, you don't have that official Xbox licensing. That's the only thing I worry about for the long run, but as of right now, it's working just fine. Next is, I have 2 variations of this controller. It is one of my favorites, and that is the PowerA wireless controller. For Xbox, we've got, well, there's a third version, a Fortnite one, but I have the Pac-Man and the Borderlands. PowerA sent me these, and I was always a fan of PowerA to begin with. I thought they were some of the better value controllers, and now in the last couple of years, they've really stepped their game up, and they've entered the market with some of the best. Now, this one I really like, even though I'm not a big fan of yellow. There's just something, the yellow and the blue. It's Pac-Man, but it reminds me of X-Men, go figure. But I really like this controller. It's got a great D-pad. You've got audio controls for your mic and your chat on the controller, and they do work. I've used them. You've got console wake up, of course, Hall effect sticks, non-adjustable sticks. Now, if you want the adjustable sticks like they offer in the Fusion Pro, then you have to go to the Fusion Pro wireless, or the Fusion Pro wired. And, well, we're talking about wireless controllers here, and the Fusion Pro wireless is significantly more expensive. But if you look at the back, this is where it gets awesome. You've got 4 flappy paddles, adjustable trigger locks, and a mappable right here button, as well as your profile buttons, so you can set up the profiles. You can do it through the app. That's what I suggest. It makes life a lot easier. And then, well, it's just a solid longevity controller. I've gotten at least, it says around 30 hours of gameplay. I've only charged them twice. And I was using this when I got this for more than a month straight. I've been using this almost the entire time I played Borderlands 4, and I still have yet to charge it. Yeah, I mean, I've got 15 to 20 hours in Borderlands 4 right now, and this is the initial charge that came with the controller. So what I do when I get my controllers, I run through the charge first and then charge it. So it gets a clean charge and usually lasts a little longer when you do it that way. And I have still yet to charge this. How awesome is that? So this one is the same. They do have these rubberized grips, which if you look close, it's actually the PowerA logo. Fantastic controllers. I like the way they feel. Some people may not like the D-pad or how loud the flappy paddles are, but it doesn't bother me. I really, really like these controllers. They've got some good weight to them. They feel good. They control very well, and I haven't had a single problem. And again, these sit around $100, depending on when you're buying. You can get it on sale, but regular MSRP, this one just released at $99.99. So you're still sitting at that technical under $100 mark. Now, this last one is probably my favorite in terms of design, and it was my favorite up until the last few days since I got this one in. It's gonna be a battle, but that is the Rare 3 mode wireless. As you can see, I got my stick caps on there that come with it, and those are really nice. One of my biggest biggest things that I love about this controller is the D-pad. The best D-pad out of the bunch. It's also a metallic D-pad. It's a metal. I want to say it's aluminum. I do not know if it's titanium, great, but it's probably not. But it's a metal D-pad. It's very soft. Hear that? No, you probably don't because it's really low. You've got your TMR sticks. No, sorry, these are Hall Effect. The Ultimate 2 is TMR. These are still Hall Effect. Those carried over from the original 3-mode from, what was it, a year and some change ago? I covered the Jade one, and it's wired for Xbox, but this one did it right. I love the rare aesthetic. It's funny how many of these controllers are using the yellow and blue scheme these days that I've seen out there. This is a version of it. It's teal and gold, and then you got the yellow and blue, yellow and blue. And I really like this, and it celebrates Rare's 40th anniversary, and I'm thinking about that. Man, I'm older than Rare. But you only have one set of flappy paddles, no trigger locks, nothing else, and this is rather expensive for that. So that's the only problem. It feels great in the hand. It wakes up almost instantly, almost, not as fast as a QRD, not as fast as an official first-party Series X controller, but much quicker than even the PowerA and the GameSir. So I like the way this feels, and this is my personal favorite as of right now, just because I love the way this controller feels. And all of them only sit at 250 hertz because the Xbox caps controllers at 250 hertz. Originally, when the GameSirs came out, you could update any of the GameSir G7 SE or whatnot to 1000 hertz, and then they removed the feature. Boo. So yeah, you do have that. Now, I actually think my original G7 SE never downgraded unless they do it with an update without telling you. That would be pretty pooey. But yes, I think this is fantastic. And again, all of these sit at under $100. And yeah, you can say semantics at $99. But we've got some fantastic wireless options here. I think the only one that people are going to be wary about is the QRD going forward because of what Microsoft said about third-party controllers, unlicensed third-party controllers. Again, I haven't had any issue. This is the one I've been using, like I said, in my office. This one I've used quite a bit when the game came out, the Doom Dark Ages. This one I was using all the way until I got this one, and then now I'm using this one. That's how I use my controllers. I've mentioned in multiple videos, I'll use them for a week to 2 weeks, depending on if I get a new controller. Otherwise, it depends on the game. So right now, I'm using this one. There are other controllers that I do swap out depending on the game, such as the Wolverine V3 Pro, but that's not on this list because that's a $200 controller. So $200 wireless controller. I hope this helped you out. I really do like these controllers, and I can't recommend them enough because all of them have been solid. The only one I'm really going to say, hey, is this one, because ALPS sticks. Microsoft controllers are known for catching drift. Do you catch my drift? Okay, bad joke. But yeah, that tends to happen. This is a beautiful collector's piece, and if you're not using it every day as your main controller, you're probably going to be more apt to buy it just because of how cool it looks. But then if you thought it was really cool looking, you probably already bought it. Otherwise, I would definitely recommend any of these others. Now, there are different variations of each of them. This one is the only wireless option now. This is the only wireless option from them. So those are the only colors here. This one you can get in a wired for 20 bucks less, but you're going to get it in the Ember or the white. Honestly, I would spend the extra 20 bucks and go with the wireless option instead of the wired. Yeah, you may not like the paint job, but hey, now if you guys are wondering about latency compared to a wired controller, most wired controllers have a lower latency. That's just how it is. But depending on the game you're playing, it really isn't going to matter. I used to be a big proponent of wired controllers because of the games I played. Now that I'm playing more single player, stuff that doesn't really require as much fast twitch movement and millisecond speeds, yeah, it doesn't bother me as much. Racing games and stuff like that, depending on which racing game you're playing, you might want to look into that. But I haven't been playing racing games on the Xbox besides Forza Horizon, and it's not too necessary. Otherwise, fighting games, I play them on other consoles, and shooters, it really depends. But if I'm playing a shooter, I'm going to use something with some quality trigger locks like this one, or most likely if I'm doing anything competitive in a shooter, it's one of the bigger boys like the Wolverine V3 Pro. But again, to save money so you get a solid controller, great value, this is probably the 5 best that I can recommend. If you have any questions about any of these, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'll answer anything I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.